Okay, so we now understand balance, and that's one of my headings on my chapters is about balance. We understand that balance is based upon not one factor to or more prominent than the other. And so that's in just so many different, I would say, aspects. And so let's look at just real quick the three things that will kill you as well as keep you alive: the candida, NK cells, and then hormones, right? Hey, Bobby Lynn. So they all have to strike a balance. You can't use one to then offset the other. They use each other, but you can't be using predominantly one to try to then manage the other. Hey, Amanda. So we know that balance is what our whole universe is about. Balancing the negative elements and the positive elements based upon the laws of whatever the purpose of the biological entity is. Okay, there's laws that need to be applied and adhered to. And if you violate a law, then there's a consequence. Death is a consequence. If you adhere to a law, then life is a consequence, because those are the two absolutes. So now let's take that balance and apply it to males and females. See, here's the thing, and this is where the whole thing with the biblical stories come from. I just talked about Adam and Eve, and Adam parthenogenically is created Eve, and then you have Mary and Metis. So Mary created Jesus, okay, parthenogenically, and then you have Metis creating Athena, parthenogenically, okay. And so now we're looking at males and females. They could be a biological afterthought based upon mutations, and they balance each other out based upon declining population. So if you have too many females and not enough males, so forget if they're 100% well, because we know back then that wasn't happening because they weren't doing major fermentation. Okay, so if you have just now look up like the Amazon women, or look up just, a female matriarchal population. Okay, so there isn't a male to fertilize. So then guess what? They can then keep the species forward by parthenogenically creating a baby, a female. And then you have only a male population with no females. Now you can go to a prison and see if they're, parthenogenically created, but I doubt it. That's not going to happen in a prison. But I mean, that's interesting to think about. But you have just a male population. There are no women. Then you're looking at Adam creating Eve. Okay? Because the universe has to strike a balance. The human body is no different than all your different elements that need to be balanced, well balanced. And then humans are a component of the larger picture. Okay? Humans are a component of the larger picture. And so if there is a declining population of men, then yes, women will be able to bear babies and self-fertilize. And we see it in tumors and with hair and nails and all that. And we see some in biblical stories. And then and so if there's a declining population of men or of women and only men, then somehow the human species has to carry itself forward. That's probably where Adam came in. And then it's just ironic that it's like the born again Christians don't like the fact that there's Adam and Steve. They only think of Adam and Eve. So yeah, Amanda, it really does, because it's about, you can't help. Sometimes things happen. Sometimes there is a decline. And when there's a decline in a specific population, let's say there's a decline in the zebra population, and the lions are eating the zebras, and then there's too many lions that'll eat up all the zebras, and the lions die. So there has to be a balance of zebras to be able to then reproduce, so they don't go out of existence because all the lions are eating the zebras. So reproduction always keeps a balance regardless of who is reproducing. And so then you have the gender wars. And this is where I've been doing my research this last week about, parthenogenesis. Are males an afterthought? Are females an afterthought? And then I'm looking at the three characters in the Bible, and then parthenogenesis, and then the male-female split. And I'm like, holy shit. Wait, male and female is just another representation of balance. So forget being 100% well, just if males aren't even existing in one, let's say on an island. If it's just a female island, that collective energy is going to realize that there is no males, and they'll find a way to carry the species forward. Parthenogenesis, self-fertilization. But you have to have components like saline and the electrical charge. And that's where all these ritual dances, like they do like in the Druids, the ritual dances to create that electrical charge, and they're fasting and taking in herbs, so they're lowering their immune system, and they're taking in salt and other types of things, and then that's how they're able to then parthenogenically bear babies without men. Holy freaking crazy. Okay, I'm gonna go think about this for a minute, but just consider this, guys. Consider it. Thanks for listening. Bye.